the next time you go to a club, or something a lot different the next time you go to the club, why not check out a fetish club? What is that, I hear you cry? Well, with me to explain all is designer Liz Lewitt, who is the brainchild of Bristol's first fetish club, Spank. Well, I mean, we can all see you're into leather here, Liz.
Always.
What happens at a fetish club?
Well, they vary quite a lot. I mean, I'd say there are some London ones that are quite a lot more hardcore than ours. But it's just a space for people to live out their fantasies without anybody pointing a finger saying, she's a fat cow, she shouldn't be wearing that, or look at the state of him, or, you know, whatever. It's actually a safe environment for people to dress up, express whatever they want to.
So, I mean, it's sort of a free ticket to be kinky if you feel like it.
Yeah, oh yeah, completely. I mean, it does get quite smutty.
Yeah. So what sort of fetishes do people have? I mean, you know, you're here in your leather gear, which we'll look at in a minute. But
well, our dress code is predominantly leather, rubber, PVC, but also cross-dressing, TVTS, any kind of fantasy. I mean, we had a bloke at the last club turn up as a red devil, and he didn't get to the club till 1:30 because it had taken him that long to get his outfit on. And yeah, it was completely head to toe in red rubber, complete with the horns and the forked tail and everything. And he dismantled his washing machine to make the tail, and he just looked phenomenal. And he was a bloke. I mean, I don't want to cast aspersions in case he's listening, but I'd say he was late 40s, early 50s, and it is just brilliant seeing grown-ups making that much effort and having a
kind of like a sexual fantasy then, or
it does tend to be. I mean, I'd be naive to say there weren't sexual overtones, but it's just like grown-ups having a dressing up box and still exploring that side of themselves.
Well, stand up, because you've got this amazing outfit.
I've got a hole in my fishnets.
She's got a hole in
I was trying to hide it.
I mean, this is amazing. What, you know,
and the boots as well.
And she's got fabulous boots.
Couldn't go shopping in these.
Have you got a rude bottom?
A rude bottom.
Oh, she has a bit of a rude bottom.
Probably got a bottom with marks on it from the cane seat.
You'd have to have a bikini wax as well, wouldn't you, before you wore that as well? What is it for you then that's so special about wearing all this leather?
Well, I've always liked making quite mad clothes anyway, and I've always liked working in leather. I mean, it just has a quality that no other fabric has. And I always used to make these clothes, and people would say, you know, Liz, who's going to wear that? Where are they going to wear it? I'm quite happy to wear it anywhere, but not many other people are. And then suddenly I came across the fetish scene, which has sort of been going on underground for years and years and years.
But what do you do when you get there? I mean, you just dressed up in your clothes and you have a drink and you go home? Well,
no, I mean, there are all different levels. There's people, I mean, I'm an exhibitionist, I like dressing up and showing off. You get, you know, right across the board from the whippers and the spankers of this world to all the role play of the subs and doms. And
so what do they do? Just stand around spanking each other?
Basically.
It's a bit daft, isn't it? Well, somebody just says, spank me, and that...
Well, I mean, it's not my cup of tea,
but they actually do it in the sort of environs of the dance floor, or...
Well, we have different areas. We have the dance floor, and then we have another area with sort of props to give it the right feel. We have stocks and things like that, and whipping stools and crosses and things that people can be chained to. And then you get...
uncomfortable to me.
Well, some people like sort of discomfort, don't they?
There's almost sort of masochists.
Oh yeah, I mean, to a lot of people there is an element of that. I mean, obviously, the club tends to be a meeting place. If people want to go off and do more extreme things in the privacy of their home, then fine. I mean, there's a limit as to
I was going to say, you'd have to draw a line somewhere, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So there are rules.
Yeah, and there are also rules as far as you can look but don't touch without consent. It's actually, a lot of people who haven't been before are amazed at how comfortable they feel. There are people of all ages. We have people from 18 to... There's a bloke who comes from London who's 72. Right across the board, all ages, all sizes, dressed up, doing whatever they want to do.
So what sort of backgrounds these people come from?
All sorts.
Respectable chaps and things like that?
All sorts, yeah. I mean, we've got people who work for the county council. You know, one bloke was there dressed completely head to foot in rubber, giving you a running commentary of when the A38 is going to be gritted and when the A37 is going to be gritted, and you know, all this sort of thing.
So when you go, do you wear a long mac or something?
Yeah,
you can't stand at the bus stop like that, can you?
Some people do. That's half their thrill as well. You know, galloping around outside the club dressed in all the gear. But no, we have changing facilities at the club, so people can come and change. I mean, there are single people who go. There are a lot of couples, young couples, middle-aged couples, who it's actually an added element to their lives together.
Is it, you know, very biased towards homosexuals, gays, or would you say that?
No, not at all. Our club actually is quite a low percentage. I mean, I'd be happy for it to be more mixed, heterosexual and gay. But some gay people don't like being in an environment where there are straight couples. So
now, if you fancy doing this fetish thing, you know, what should you start with? You know, should you start with learn about doing leather or
yeah?
You know,
I brought a couple of things. We actually sell these T-shirts,
well,
which
looks like an ordinary T-shirt.
Well, I know, but for people who are sort of, you know, just dipping a toe in, it just says rubber on it, so that's very mild. Then we sell the actual rubber T-shirts and rubber vests for men.
You just go on to rubber bands and things like that.
You could do.
Bands.
A friend did actually come to one of the clubs dressed in bicycle inner tubes. She'd stripped down some inner tubes because she wanted to come.
She wouldn't drown, would she? Were they inflated?
No. She'd opened them up so they were flat, and she'd wrap them around her strategic.
God, it must have weighed a ton.
No.
Was it heavy?
No.
And I'm thinking of the whole tyre.
No, not the tyre. No. She left those at home.
Yeah.
So it's the inner
So you
tubes.
start with just a T-shirt, and then you go and make sure you're comfortable. And
yeah.
I mean, what do you do when you've seen somebody, as you said, completely dressed in rubber, and you see them the next day in a pinstripe suit? I mean, do you want to go, I saw you in a rubber suit last night?
Not at all, because everybody's into the same thing. And it's a form of dressing up, it's a form of self-expression.
So it's like fancy dress party, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what's the most unusual outfit you've come up with then, Liz? Or somebody come up with?
To design for somebody or seen at the club?
Yeah, either.
The Red Devil was a good one. I mean, the London clubs are phenomenal, the effort people make. I mean, there is a strict dress code. We don't let people in who aren't dressed accordingly. So everybody has to make some effort. I mean, quite a lot of women start off just wearing underwear.
Yeah.
And then sort of once they decide, there was a brilliant one at the last club actually, a woman who was stark as apart from a hat, like an Edwardian riding hat with a little veil and thigh boots, and completely stark as apart from that. And it was really funny because the interviewer looked at her and he was a bit drunk by this stage.
Yeah.
And he looked at her and he said, so where did you get your outfit?
After that, what can you say except here's generations?